Hello candidates and welcome to Government Crackers. So this is the third video of the non-stop series that is going on Government Crackers for FCAT 2 2020 examination. So today in this session we are going to discuss all important physics laws with their formulas. तो अक्सर ऐसे application based question या फिर laws और उनके derivation related questions या physics के formula related questions पूछ लिए जाते हैं एग्जामिनेशन में. एंड साइंस सेक्शन से एट टाइम्स जो है वो एक क्वेश्चन आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी काफ़ी हाई होती है, स्पेशली इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द फिजिक्स एंड केमिस्ट्री सेक्शन. सो टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डील विथ ऑल द इम्पॉर्टेंट लॉज दैट हैव वेरी हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी टू कम इनटू द एग्जामिनेशन. Talking about the previous two series, so there is a complete video on Air Force affairs, like the complete current affairs as well as static GK is covered in this complete session. So this is a must watch session. Please go and watch it if you have not watched. And the second session is about the non-stop previous year papers for GK section, where we have solved the question paper from 2011 to 2020. So must watch series is this, you can go and watch. And third is the session of this important physics laws. So coming with the first law is your Lambert-Cousine law. Lambert-Cousine law के बारे में अगर मैं बताऊं, so it states that the radiant intensity from ideally diffusely reflecting surface and cosine of the angle theta between the direction of incident light and surface normal are directly proportional. So this is your Lambert-Cousine law, and this law is named after the scientist Johann Heinrich Lambert, which is studied in optics and is also known as Lambert's emission law or cosine emission law. So यहाँ पे आपको एप्लीकेशन भी पता होना चाहिए कि कहाँ पे ये अप्लाई हो रहा है, प्लस एनी मैथमेटिकल फॉर्मूला और एनी इक्वेशन डेरिवेटिव अगर उस लॉ से रिलेटेड है, दैट यू मस्ट नो. तो यहाँ पे मैंने आपको वो दिखाने की कोशिश की है कि आपके स्पेकुलर रिफ्लेक्शन यानी रेगुलर रिफ्लेक्शन एंड डिफ्यूज रिफ्लेक्शन की ये डायग्राम है. सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट ऑल योर लैम्बर्ट्स लॉ. एटलीस्ट आपको पता होना चाहिए उसकी डेफिनेशन, दैट व्हाट द लॉ इज ऑल अबाउट. Next is D'Alembert's principle. Now what is this principle? So D'Alembert's principle states that for a system of mass of particles, the sum of difference of the force acting on a system and the time derivatives of the momenta is zero, and when projected onto any virtual displacement. This is also known as Lagrange-D'Alembert principle, named after French mathematician and physicist Jean-Louis Renaud D'Alembert. And this is the mathematical equation जहाँ पे मैंने पूरा का पूरा डिनोट किया है, सबमिशन I ब्रैकेट FI minus MIAI delta RI is equal to 0. So this is mathematically explained, जहाँ पे आपको मतलब पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि at times question में पूछा जाता है what does this I signifies or what does this delta signifies. So यहाँ पे उसके मैंने significances को भी mention कर दिया है. You can have a look. Next question is law of conservation mass. So the law of conservation mass states that the mass in an isolated system can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to another. So this is of law of conservation of mass. And Anton Laurent Lavoisier discovered this law of conservation of mass. Next, Hubble's law. Hubble's law is the four distant galaxies redshift in the spectra is directly proportional to the distance. Hubble's law is also known as Hubble-Lemaître law, studied in physical cosmology. Only with the help of Hubble's law, the universe can expand and fulfill cosmological principle. And this is the mathematical derivation or the formula for the Hubble's law. Next, Boltzmann equation. Boltzmann equation is also known as Boltzmann transport equation, BTE. It is used to study the statistical behavior of the thermodynamic system which is not in an state of equilibrium. It was devised in the year 1872 by Ludwig Boltzmann, and the applications of Boltzmann equations are for conservation equation, for Hamiltonian mechanics, quantum theory and violation of particle numbers, and general relativity and astronomy. Next, Beer-Lambert's law. So what is Beer-Lambert's law? Beer-Lambert law has a modern definition which is a combination of two different laws and stated as for a given material, sample path length and concentration of the sample are directly proportional to the absorbance of light. And what is Beer's law? Beer's law states that concentration and absorbance are directly proportional to each other, and it was stated by August Beer. And what is Lambert's law? Lambert law states that absorbance and path length are directly proportional, and it was stated by Johann Heinrich Lambert. And this is the mathematical derivation for Beer-Lambert equation. Next, van der Waal equations. Van der Waal equation was derived by Johannes Diederik van der Waals in the year 1873. The equation is basically a modified version of the ideal gas law, which states that gases consist of a point mass that undergo perfectly elastic collision. However, this law fails to explain the behavior of real gases, and more significantly, van der Waal equations takes place into consideration and molecular size and molecular interaction forces, sometimes also referred to as van der Waal equations. And this is the equation or relationship between pressure, volume, temperature, amount of real gases. All right. Next, Fermi paradox. Fermi paradox can also be called as an argument between the scale and probability of intelligent life that existed anywhere in the universe other than the Earth. There is no evidence to provide that it existed anywhere else. It was first studied by physicist Enrico Fermi, who studied the existence of extraterrestrial civilization. There are billions of stars like sun, billion years older than solar system. There are planets similar to Earth which have developed intelligent life, and these intelligent life might have developed interstellar travelers. So this is your Fermi paradox. Next is Helmholtz's free energy. What is this? Helmholtz's free energy is a thermodynamic concept in which thermodynamic potential is used to measure the work of a closed system with constant temperature and volume. So F is equal to U minus Ts, where F is the Helmholtz free energy in joules, U is the internal energy, T is the absolute temperature, and S is the entropy of the सिस्टम. तो एट टाइम्स आपसे पर्टिकुलर लेटर्स का सिग्निफिकेंस पूछ दिया जाता है दैट व्हाट डज इट स्टैंड्स फॉर. Next is Raman scattering. Now Raman scattering is defined as the scattering of photons by excited molecules that are at higher energy levels. It is also known as Raman effect. The photons are inelastically scattered, which means that the kinetic energy of an incident particle is either lost or increased and is composed of strokes and anti-strokes. All right. Next, what is Coulomb's law? One of the very famous laws. According to Coulomb's law, the force of attraction or repulsion between two charged bodies is directly proportional to the product of their charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So here is the formula. F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r dot q1 q2 by d square, where q1 q2 are the 2 point charges. ठीक है. Next, law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, although it can be transformed from one system to another. So the amount of energy in any system is determined by the equation ut is equal to ui plus w plus q, where ut is the total energy of the system, ui is the initial energy of the system, q is the heat added or removed from the system, and w is the work done by the system. Next is Biot-Savart law. So Biot-Savart law is an equation that gives the magnetic field produced due to an electron carrying segment. This segment is taken as a vector quantity known as a current element. Next, Ampere's law. In electromagnetism, Ampere's circulation law relates the integrated magnetic field round a closed loop to the electric current passing through a loop. And Ampere's law stated as the magnetic field created by an electric current is proportional to the size of that electric current with a constant of proportionality equal to permeability of free space. सो आपको इन इक्वेशंस, इनके डेफिनेशंस, इनके मैथमेटिकल फार्मूलाज और डेरिवेशंस जो फार्मूलाज हैं उनके सिग्निफिकेंस एंड उससे रिलेटेड जो एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है वो आप इनको देख सकते हैं. Next is Planck's equation. So Max Planck discovered the theory that energy is transformed in the form of chunks called quanta, assigning as h. The variable h holds the constant value equal to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules based on international system of units. So if wavelength is known, you can calculate the energy by using the wave equation to calculate frequency and then apply Planck's equation to find the energy. So E is equal to h mu, where quantum energy of photon, and mu is the frequency of radiation, and it is also sometimes expressed as E is equal to hf. Kirchhoff's second law. There are two laws. Kirchhoff's first law states that, which is also known as Kirchhoff's current law KCL, that the current flowing in a node must be equal to the current flowing out the node. And the second law states that, which is also known as Kirchhoff's voltage law, that the sum of all voltage around a closed loop in any circuit must be equal to 0. This is again a consequence of charge of conservation and conservation of energy. Next, Gauss law. Gauss law states that total electric flux out a closed surface is equal to the charge enclosed divided by permittivity. The electric flux in an area is defined as the electric field multiplied by the area of the surface protected in plane and perpendicular to the field. Next, Lenz law. Named after Emil Lenz, Lenz law depends upon the principle of conservation of energy and Newton's third law. So what is the definition of the Lenz law? Lenz law states that induced electromotive force with different polarities induces a current whose magnetic field opposes the change in magnetic flux through the loop in order to ensure that original flux is maintained through the loop when current flows in it. Next is your Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across its ends. So potential difference directly proportional to current. So V directly proportional to I, where the value of V increases, the value of I increases simultaneously. So V is equal to IR, where V is volts, R is resistance, and I is current in ampere. Next is Joule's law. The English physicist James Prescott discovered that the amount of heat per second that develops in a current carrying conductor is proportional to the electrical resistance of the wire and the square of the current. The heat that is generated because of the current flow in an electric wire is described in joules. And Joule's first law is that the relationship between heat produced by flowing electric current through a conductor is given as Q is equal to I square RT. So this is the diagram that signifies Joule's law. Next, Brewster's law. Brewster's law is a relationship of light waves at maximum polarization of angle of light, and it was named after Sir David Brewster, who was a Scottish physicist. This law states that P polarized rays vanish completely on different glasses at particular angle. So here is the diagram. This is the glass plate and this is the refracted ray. Further, polarization angle is also called Brewster's angle. It is an angle of incident where the ray of light having p polarization transmitted through a dielectric surface that is transparent without any reflection. Next is Bragg's law. Bragg's law is a special case of law diffraction which determines the angle of coherent and incoherent scattering from a crystal lattice. So यहाँ आप diagram की help से देख सकते हैं crystal lattice है and here the diffraction is taking place. So when X-rays are incident on a particular atom, they can make an electronic cloud move just like electromagnetic wave, and the same process takes upon scattering neutron via nuclei or by coherent spin interaction with an isolated electron. The basis of the analysis is resulting wave interference, and this analysis is known as Bragg's diffraction. Next is Doppler's phenomena or Doppler effect phenomena. So here when the source and observer are moving relatively to each other, the frequency observed by the observer is different from the actual frequency observed by the source. This is basically known as Doppler effect. ये basically होता है जब आप एक प्लेस से खड़े होकर किसी हाइट पे चीजों को देख रहे होते हैं. जैसे आप यहाँ से खड़े होकर नॉर्थ पोल से, ये ह्यूमन बीन है, यहाँ से खड़े होकर आप जो है नॉर्थ स्टार को, पोल स्टार को मैं कहूंगी अगर आप देखें. सो जैसे जैसे आप मूव करेंगे आपको लगता है कि ये स्टार भी आपके साथ साथ मूव कर रहा है. सो दिस फिनोमेना इज योर डॉपलर्स फिनोमेना और डॉपलर्स इफेक्ट. नेक्स्ट इज न्यूटन्स लॉ ऑफ मोशन. तीनों लॉ आपको पता होना चाहिए. सो फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ इनर्शिया भी बोलते हैं. दिस सिंपली मीन्स दैट थिंग्स कैनॉट स्टार्ट अप, स्टॉप और चेंज डायरेक्शन ऑल बाय themselves, and it is also known as law of inertia. Second law is that what happens to the massive body when acted upon an external force. So the law states that force acting on a body is equal to the product and its mass and acceleration. F is equal to ma. Next is third law of motion. To every reaction there is equal and opposite reaction. Laws of friction. The laws of friction of two bodies in contact with each other are given as: if two bodies in contact with each other are slipping over each other or having relatively motion with respect to each other, the friction that is involved is kinetic friction and is given by the particular mathematical equation. इसका मैंने पूरा दिखा दिया आपको. So यहाँ पे आपको दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स दिख रहे हैं, रेजिस्टेंस फोर्सेस ड्यू टू कॉन्टैक्टिंग सर्फेसेस एंड टू फ्रिक्शन, स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन एंड काइनेटिक फ्रिक्शन. दो टाइप के फ्रिक्शंस होते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज योर पास्कल्स लॉ. पास्कल्स लॉ, it is the external static pressure applied on a confined liquid distributed or transmitted evenly throughout a liquid in all directions. So ये formula भी है, F is equal to PA, where F is the force applied, P is the pressure transmitted and A is the cross sectional area. Next, law, Boyle's law. So here it is, Boyle's law is the gas law which states that pressure exerted by a gas kept at a constant temperature is inversely proportional to the volume occupied by it. यहाँ पे आप डायग्राम के थ्रू देख सकते हैं. ठीक है. For a gas, the relationship between volume and pressure at constant mass and temperature can be expressed mathematically as follows. तो यहाँ पे मैंने ग्राफ के थ्रू आपको दिखा दिया, दोनों ग्राफ आपके साथ हैं. ठीक है. Next, Curie's law. According to Curie's law, the magnetization in a paramagnetic material is directly proportional to the applied magnetic field. So, if the object is heated, the magnetization is viewed to be inversely proportional. M is equal to C into B by T, wherein M is magnetism, B is magnetic field in Tesla, T is absolute temperature, C is Curie constant. एंड ये फिगर आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं, क्यूरी लॉ प्लॉट्स. नेक्स्ट इज कार्नोट्स थ्योरम. व्हाट इज कार्नोट्स थ्योरम? Carnot, also known as Carnot rule, was developed by Nicholas Leonard Sadi Carnot, and it states that heat engines that are working between two heat reservoirs are less efficient than the Carnot heat engine that is operating between same reservoirs. And this is the diagram. So इस diagram के help से आप easily यहाँ पे समझ सकते हैं. One is the heat engine and second is the Carnot engine. Next is Vane's law. Vane's law or Vane's displacement law, named after a Wellman Vane, was derived in 1893, stating that black body radiation had different peaks of temperature at wavelength that are inversely proportional to temperatures. Next is Avogadro law. So according to Avogadro law, also known as Avogadro's principle or Avogadro's hypothesis, is a gas law which states that the total number of atoms, molecules of a gas is directly proportional to the volume occupied by the gas at a constant temperature and pressure. So Avogadro law is named after Italian scientist Amedeo Carlo Avogadro. And this is the diagram which is showing the constant rise. Next is Archimedes' principle. Archimedes' principle states that the upward buoyant force that is exerted on a body immersed in a fluid, whether partially or fully submerged, is equal to the weight of the fluid that the body displaces and acts in the upward direction at the center of mass of the displaced fluid. And the value of thrust force is given by Archimedes' law, which was discovered by Archimedes of Syracuse of Greece. So this is the diagram. ये object है which is immersed and ऊपर इसके thrust है, नीचे इसके gravitational force. Next is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction consists of two laws. First law states that whenever a conductor is placed in a varying magnetic field, an electromotive force is induced. If the conductor circuit is closed, a current is induced which is called induced current. Second law states that the induced EMF in a coil is equal to the rate of change of flux linkage. Next is Bernoulli's theorem. Bernoulli's principle, formulated by Daniel Bernoulli, states that the speed of a moving fluid increases, the pressure with the fluid decreases. Although Bernoulli deduced the law, it was Leonhard Euler who derived Bernoulli's equation in its usual form in the year 1752. So what does Bernoulli's principle states? It states that the total magnetic energy of a moving fluid, comprising the gravitational potential energy of elevation, the energy associated with the fluid pressure and kinetic energy of the fluid motion, remains constant. Next, law of reflection. So what is law of reflection? Law of reflection defines upon the reflection from a smooth surface, and on behalf of that there may be two types of reflection. One is diffuse reflection, जो से irregular reflection भी आप कहते हैं, uneven surface पे होता है. One is your regular reflection, जो कि आपका smooth surface पे होता है. Next is Einstein field equation. Einstein field equation, EFE, is also known as Einstein's equation, and there are a set of 10 equations extracted from Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity, and these equations were first published in 1915 by Albert Einstein as a tensor equation. Next is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Very important. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle states that it is impossible to measure or calculate exactly both position and momentum of an object. The principle is based on wave-particle duality of matter, and although Heisenberg's uncertainty principle can be ignored in the macroscopic world, but the uncertainties in the position and velocity of objects with relatively large masses are negligible, which holds significant value in quantum world. Next is Huygens principle and the principle of wavefront. So in 1678, with the help of diagram, you can easily see Hans Christian Huygens proposed a theory that revolutionized our understanding of light and its characteristic. So here You can see the principle is a method of analysis applied to the problems of wave propagation in far field limit and near field diffraction. So every point on a wave front is itself is the source of spherical wavelets. Law of conservation of linear momentum. So law of conservation of linear momentum, if the net external force acting on a system of bodies is zero, then the momentum of the system remains constant, and the linear momentum of a particle is a vector quantity and denoted by p. So this was all. इससे लॉज से रिलेटेड आपको एप्लीकेशंस देखने हैं. इफ यू वांट यू कैन हैव द प्रीवियस ईयर्स पेपर्स एंड ईकेटी जो लोग प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं उनके लिए क्वेश्चन बैंक है. यू ऑल कैन विजिट टू www.governmentcrackers.com and you can subscribe us to on all social media platforms to stay tuned, stay attached to Government Crackers for this non-stop series of current affairs and the complete section that we are going to cover up for FCAT examination. So I'll see you in the next session. Till then, Jai Hind and best of luck for your exam. Keep preparing.